Make the ground shake.
Hey guys, what is going on? My name is Tom Gummy and today we are back for another statue tutorial on the channel. Today we are doing RiceGum as heavily requested in the past few videos after the Logan Paul video. So if you haven't already, check that video out. Of course, I'll leave a link in the description. And also stay tuned, I'm going to be doing a bunch more statues such as Faze Banks and also Jake Paul himself. So stick around for that, subscribe if you haven't already, and again, if you do enjoy this video in the end, definitely leave a like before heading off the video. So yeah, apart from that, I want to give credit where credit is due. The head, or at least certain aspects of the head, were heavily influenced by a design by Nebula, otherwise known as Russell the Jimmy. So again, credit where credit is due. And essentially this design is based on RiceGum in a pair of jeans with a Supreme grey sweatshirt, which you may have seen in a few of his videos on. Of course, detail is here and there with the logos and stuff like that, but of course it's the best we can really get with Minecraft. Spent a lot of time on this design, so if you do enjoy it, again, a like would be very much appreciated. And if you have any friends that are also into RiceGum and also Minecraft, then why not just drop a link to them? Maybe they'll enjoy the video as well. But apart from that, let's get straight into building. First off, we'll list the blocks. So you need grey concrete, black concrete, light blue clay, white clay, light grey concrete, light grey wool, red concrete, red wool, white wool, black wool, coal, spruce planks, light grey clay, block of quartz, white stained glass, nether brick slab, and dark oak slab. Just a little disclaimer, I do know this is now called terracotta. I'm just in the habit of calling it clay because it always used to be called stained clay. So just to avoid any confusion, when I refer to it as clay, I do indeed mean terracotta. But terracotta is a bit of a interesting word. Clay rolls off the tongue a bit easier. So anyways, let's get straight into building. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off by building the front side of the legs. The front side of the legs is 12 tall and 8 blocks wide, so 12 layers of 8. That's pretty self-explanatory. So anyways, let's begin. We're going to find a nice empty space, and again, bear in mind this is the front side. We're going to place a row of 8 grey concrete. So that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So again, that's a row of 8 grey concrete. On top of this, we're going to do a row of 8 black concrete. So this is the second layer. That is, again, 8 black concrete. The third layer is going to be 1 black concrete, 2 light grey, 2 black, 2 light grey, and 1 black concrete. And then the fourth layer is going to be 1 light blue clay, 2 black concrete, 2 light blue clay, 2 black concrete, and 1 light blue clay. And that is the first 4 layers complete. So again, it's 8 wide and it's currently 4 blocks tall. This is essentially the shoes. From now on, we're going to be building the, I guess you could say, jeans. And then so we're going to use light blue clay for the actual jean colour. And we'll be using white terracotta as a skin tone, kind of showing like rips and stuff in the jeans. Anyways, moving on to the fifth layer. The fifth layer is going to be 8 light blue clay. Simple enough, that is again the fifth layer. The sixth layer is going to be 1 light blue clay, 2 white clay, 2 light blue, 2 white, and 1 light blue, and that is the sixth layer. The seventh layer is going to be 8 light blue clay. The eighth layer is going to be 1 light blue, 1 white, 4 light blue, 1 white, and 1 light blue. Again, just backing out so you can see, that is the 8th layer. The 9th layer is going to be 1 light blue, 2 white, 2 light blue, 2 white, 1 light blue. And then the remaining 3 layers, which is going to be the 10th, 11th, and 12th layer, is going to be 8 blocks of light blue clay. And that will bring you all the way up to the top and will give you something which looks like this. And that is again a 12 by 8. So 12 blocks tall, 8 blocks wide, and that is the front side of the legs. Okie dokie, so once you've got that out of the way, of course I'll give you guys a second to pause here if you need to do so. Please again do not hesitate to pause whenever you feel is best for you. That's kind of the idea of the video, is I build, I kind of run you through it, and if you have any confusion just pause the video and it should be pretty self-explanatory. So 12 tall, 8 wide, that is the legs. Moving on now, what we're going to do is the upper body, aka the chest and arms. We're not going to do the arms yet, we're just going to focus on the chest. So what we're going to do is we're going to start on the left side by placing 1 light grey wool, and we do the exact same on the right side. So light grey wool on the left, light grey wool on the right. Then what we're going to do is on the left side we're going to build one to the left using white clay. We're then going to need our light grey clay. So we go one light grey clay and then two white clay. And on the right side we basically do the exact same. So we go one white clay, one light grey, two white. So essentially we've expanded 4 blocks to the left, 4 blocks to the right using white clay and also light grey clay. And essentially what this is doing is marking out the first layer of the hands or the arms. But we're not going to worry about that, we'll come back to that later on in the video. It's just marking out, just saving a bit of time, so we don't have to count later on. Just a little trick. So anyways, continue with the body now. As I said, ignore the arms, we'll come back to that. Continue with the body, we're going to continue with the first layer. So the first layer, we've got one light grey wall. Next to this, we're going to place 2 more. We're then going to place 2 light grey concrete, and then 2 wool. Now, the second layer is going to be from left to right, so we start on top of this block here, the light grey wool on the left side. We're going to place 2 light grey wool, 1 light grey concrete, 2 light grey wool, 1 concrete, and 2 wool. So it should currently look like this. That is the 13th layer of the build, 14th layer of the build, or first and second layer of the body. The third layer is going to be 1 light grey wool, 2 concrete, 1 wool, 3 concrete, 1 wool, and again that is the third layer. The fourth layer is going to be 1 concrete, 2 wool, 1 concrete, 2 wool, and 2 concrete, and that is the fourth layer. The fifth layer is going to be 2 wool, 4 concrete, 2 wool, and this is where we're going to start introducing some red for the Supreme logo. So that's the first 5 layers done. Layer number 6, we're going to place 1 light grey wool, 1 red wool, 1 red concrete. We're then going to need our quartz. So we're going to place 1 quartz, 1 red concrete, 1 red wool, 1 light grey concrete, 1 light grey wool. And that is the 6th layer. The 7th layer we're going to place is 1 light grey wool, 1 red concrete, 1 white wool. If I can grab that, there we go, 1 white wool, 1 red wool, 1 red concrete, 1 quartz again, so 1 quartz, and then 1 red wool. The final block for this layer will be 1 light grey concrete, and that is the 7th layer complete. The 8th layer, which is the final layer, which has the Supreme logo, is going to be 2 light grey wool, 2 red concrete, 1 red wool, 2 red concrete, and 1 light grey wool. And again, that is the 9th layer, I believe. No, the 8th layer. So that's the 8th layer. I think I said the previous one was the 8th. This is the 8th. So the next layer, which is the 9th layer, is going to be 3 light grey concrete, 2 light grey wool, 1 concrete, 1 wool, 1 concrete. The layer on top of that, which is the 10th layer, is going to be 1 light grey wool, 1 concrete, 1 wool, 2 concrete, wool, concrete, wool. The 11th layer, which is the second to last layer, is going to be 1 wool, 2 concrete, 2 wool, 2 concrete, 1 wool. And then the final layer is going to be 3 light grey wool, 2 white clay, and 3 light grey wool. And once you've done that, again, that is a 12 by 8 rectangle. That is the front side of the body complete, and it should look something like this. So again, if you want to pause, please feel free to do so, and then we'll move on to the arms. Okie dokie, so moving on, we're going to start on the left arm. If you haven't already, come to the 13th layer of the build, go 4 blocks to the left. If you have already, perfect, that's the first layer complete. The second layer, going from left to right, is going to be 4 white clay. And again, just bear in mind the arms are 12 tall and 4 wide, so each layer is 4 wide, and there's 12 layers in total. Pretty self-explanatory, very, very simple. The third layer is going to be 4 light grey wool. The fourth layer is going to be 1 wool, 2 concrete, 1 wool. The fifth layer is going to be 2 concrete, 1 wool, 1 concrete. And when I refer to wool, I'm talking light grey wool. When I refer to concrete, I'm talking light grey concrete. Hopefully that's pretty self-explanatory. The next layer, which is the 6th layer, is going to be 3 wool, and 1 concrete. The next layer, 7th layer, is going to be 1 concrete, 1 wall, 1 concrete, 1 wall. And again, that was the 7th layer. The 8th layer is going to be 1 wall, 3 concrete. Very, very simple. The 9th layer is going to be 1 wall, 1 concrete, 1 wall, 1 concrete. The 10th layer is going to be 2 concrete, 1 wall, 1 concrete. The 11th layer, the second to last layer, is going to be 1 concrete, 1 wall, 1 concrete, 1 wall. And the final layer, the 12th layer, is going to be 1 wall and 3 blocks of light grey concrete. So essentially, as you can see here, that is a 12x4, and that is the left arm complete. The right arm is the exact same, just mirrored. So if you want to copy it over and flip it over, that's up to you. However, I will be going through it nevertheless. So starting on the right side, just like before, you come to the 13th layer of the build. You go 4 blocks to the right, going white clay, light grey, to white, and that is layer number 1. If you've already done that, perfect. Going from left to right, the second layer is going to be 4 white clay. The third layer is going to be 4 light grey wool. And the fourth layer is going to be 1 light grey wool, 2 concrete, 1 wool. So that is the first 4 layers complete. The fifth layer is going to be 1 light grey concrete, 1 wool, 2 concrete. On top of this, we're going to do 1 concrete, 3 wool. And that is the 6th layer. The 7th layer is 1 wool, 1 concrete, 1 wool, 1 concrete. The next layer is going to be 3 concrete, 1 wool. On top of that, we do 1 concrete, 1 wool, 1 concrete, 1 wool. The next layer is going to be 1 concrete, 1 wool, 2 concrete. The 11th layer, the second to last layer, is going to be 1 wool, 1 concrete, 1 wool, 1 concrete, and then the final layer is going to be 3 concrete and 1 block of light grey wool. And that is the front side of the body complete. I'm going to get rid of my arm, give you guys an opportunity to pause if you want to. Again, the body is 12 tall, 8 wide, each arm is 12 tall, 4 wide. Now, one thing you can also do if you really want to, I wasn't 100% sure actually whether this jumper in particular actually had the kind of drawstrings, but if you want to add drawstrings, simply just grab some grey concrete and you can do something like this, just in case you want to. But I'm not 100% sure if these type of jumpers do actually have it. Probably should have checked that, so I'm going to leave it. But again, if you want to add drawstrings, very, very simple. Just get grey concrete, or you could get grey wool, and then just put 2 on the left side, so 2 here, and then 3 on the right side. Or alternatively, you can make it two-tone, where you put, say, black there, so it'd look something like this. Again, it's up to you. You can play around with it if you want. I'm just going to leave it plain and keep it like this. So essentially, this is, again, the front side of the body. We got the front side of the legs, which is 12 tall and 8 wide. And we have the front side of the body, which is 12 tall, 8 wide, and the front side of each arm, 12 tall and 4 wide. However, as much as we're making good progress, this is looking awfully 2D for my liking. So what we're going to start doing now is actually turning it into a statue by adding onto the sides, and yeah, basically making it 3D. So what we're going to do is we're going to come down to the bottom left corner, come around to the left side and expand 1, 2, 3 to left using grey concrete. Now essentially what we're trying to do is make this a 12x4, however this row here is already done. This is going to be our 4th layer. So 4th layer is already done, which means per layer we're only placing 3 blocks. So of course, again 12x4, and we're going to do it layer by layer, left to right. So the second layer is going to be 1 black concrete, 2 red concrete, and of course the 1 black here. The next layer is going to be 2 red and 1 black. On top of this, for the remaining 9 layers, we're just going to do 3 light blue concrete, so very, very easy. And as soon as you've done that, that is the left side of the leg complete. So the first 3 layers is shoes. As you can see, I'm going for the Yeezy look with the black and red theme. And then the remaining area, the remaining 9 layers, is going to be the jean pattern, which is light blue clay. So again, 3 layers of shoes, one layer of grey concrete, and then 2 layers of black and red, and then 9 layers of light blue clay. Now the good news is the other side is indeed the exact same, so if we come around to the right side, same logic applies. We're going to start off by expanding 1, 2, 3 to the right. The second layer is going to be 2 red, 1 black, and the third layer is going to be 1 black, 2 red. And on top of that, we're just going to do 9 layers of light blue clay, or light blue terracotta, as it's now known. And it will give you something that looks like this. Again, that's a 12 by 4. It's the exact same as the left side, just flipped over onto the right side. Very, very easy. So once you've got that out of the way, what we're going to do is come around to the rear side of the statue, and when we come to the bottom layer of the hand, so aka the first layer of the white clay. From here, what we're going to do is expand 1, 2, 3 backwards, again using white clay, and we do this all the way across. And once you've done that, you can see from below it is now a 4 by 4 square. That's essentially the base plate of the hands, and then we'll build up the sides later on. Just to repeat this, we do it on the other side as well. So we go to the first layer of the white clay, we expand it 1, 2, 3 all the way back, and that will give you a 4 by 4 square. And if you look at it from a front perspective, should look something like this. Essentially, all that's doing is just making sure there isn't holes in the bottom of the hand, because if you didn't do that, by the end, you'd have something that looks like that. In fact, it would be more realistically like that. So you want to make sure that you fill it in, otherwise you're going to have holes in the bottom of the hands, and it doesn't look too great. So once you've done that, however, if you come around to the side, you now again have a first layer complete, and you kind of have a little template of what you're doing. So it's going to be 12 tall, 4 wide, just like the legs. And again, just like the legs, the fourth block is already done for each layer. So we're placing 3 blocks per layer, and there's 12 in total. And we're going to start now, again, left to right. So the first layer already done is going to be white clay. Second layer, again, is 3 white clay. The third layer is going to be 1 light grey concrete, 2 light grey wool. The next layer, which is the fourth layer, is going to be 2 light grey wool, 1 concrete. On top of this, for the fifth layer, we're going to do 2 concrete, 1 wool. For the sixth layer, we do 1 wool, 2 concrete. On top of this, for the seventh layer, we're going to do 1 concrete, 1 wool, 1 concrete. The next layer, which is the eighth layer, is going to be 1 wool, 1 concrete, 1 wool. Again, I'll just back up so you can see if you want to pause, or if you're falling behind just a tiny bit, that's more than fine. Just take the time to catch up. The next layer is going to be 1 wool, 2 concrete. The next layer, which is the 10th layer, is going to be 2 concrete, 1 wool. The 11th layer, which is the second to last layer, is going to be 1 concrete, 2 wool. And then the final layer is going to be 1 wool, 2 concrete, and you'll end up having something which looks like this. So again, if you want to pause, that is 12 tall, 4 wide, it's 2 layers of white clay, and then 10 layers of light grey wool and light grey concrete. And from a side angle, it now looks something like this. So what we're going to do now is head around to the right side and basically repeat this. So the first 2 layers, just like before, is going to be white clay. The third layer is going to be, from left to right, 2 wool, 1 concrete, and again, this is in reference to light grey for both. The next layer, the fourth layer, is going to be 1 concrete, 2 wool. The fifth layer is going to be 1 wool, 2 concrete. The sixth layer is going to be 2 concrete, 1 wool. The seventh layer is going to be 1 concrete, 1 wool, 1 concrete. And again, I'll just back up so you can pause if you want to. The next layer, which is the 8th layer, is going to be 1 wool, 1 concrete, 1 wool. The 9th layer is going to be 2 concrete, 1 wool. The 10th layer is going to be 1 wool, 2 concrete. The 11th layer is going to be 2 wool, 1 concrete. And the 12th and final layer is going to be 2 concrete and 1 wool. And again, looks something like this, exact same pattern as the other side, just flipped over. So again, 12 by 4, and if you back up from side angle, you'll now see it looks exactly the same on the right side as it did on the left. Perfect. So what we're going to do now is come around to the rear side, and you'll see it's not looking quite as good. It's a bit empty. A lot of work needs to be done. So we're going to start off with the rear side of the legs. So the rear side of the legs is the exact same as the front side of the legs, 12 tall and 8 wide. However, the left side and the right side are already done. So that's 2 blocks done, or 2 rows. I was about to say layers, 2 rows done. Which means we're only placing 6 blocks per layer, and we're basically connecting left to right. So, for example, the first layer is going to be, we start off with the 1 grey concrete here, we're then going to place 6 grey concrete, and then the final one will be here, so that's now 8 grey concrete. The second layer, we're going to place 6 black concrete. The third layer, we're going to place 1 black, 1 light grey, 2 black, 1 light grey, and 1 black. And again, this is kind of being the rear of the Yeezys, where you have the little like hook at the end that's kind of a greyish colour. The remaining 9 layers is going to be light blue terracotta, and again this is going to be for the jeans. Once you've done that, as simple as that was, that is the rear side of the legs complete, and again that is a 12 by 8, and that consists of 3 layers for the shoes, 1 layer being grey concrete, 1 being black concrete, and then the final layer being black, red, and light grey, and then 9 layers of light blue clay. So, moving on, we're now going to head on to the upper rear of the body. So, just like before, this is a 12 by 8, and we're going to do it layer by layer, left to right. The only difference between this and the front side is that there is no Supreme logo, of course, so it's just going to be a combination of light grey concrete and light grey wool in a fancy pattern. So yeah, very, very simple, and let's begin. So, starting on the first layer, we're going to place 3 light grey wool, 2 concrete, and 3 wool. Of course, that's layer 1. Layer number 2, we're going to place 2 wool, 1 concrete, 2 wool, 1 concrete, and 2 blocks of light grey wool, and that is layer number 2. For layer number 3, we're going to place 1 light grey wool, 2 concrete, 1 wool, 3 concrete, and 1 block of wool, and that is the third layer. The fourth layer we're going to place is 1 concrete, 2 wool, 1 concrete, 2 wool, and 2 blocks of concrete, and that is our fourth layer. For the fifth layer, we're going to do 2 wool, 4 concrete, 2 wool, and that is the fifth layer. The sixth layer is going to be 1 wool, 2 concrete, 1 wool, 1 concrete, 1 wool, 1 concrete, 1 wool, and that is the sixth layer, so we're at the halfway point. The seventh layer is going to be 1 wool, 1 concrete, 1 wool, 1 concrete, 2 wool, and 2 concrete. The next layer is going to be 2 wool, 3 concrete, 1 wool, 1 concrete, 1 wool. The next layer is going to be 1 concrete, 1 wool, 1 concrete, 2 wool, concrete, wool, concrete, and that is the ninth layer. The 10th layer is going to be 1 wool, 1 concrete, 1 wool, 2 concrete, 3 wool, and that is the 10th layer. The 11th layer, the second to last layer, is going to be 1 wool, 3 concrete, 1 wool, 2 concrete, and 1 block of wool. And then the final layer, the 12th layer, is going to be 3 light grey wool, 2 concrete, and 3 blocks of wool. And once you've done that, that is a 12 by 8. Just like before, it's probably easiest if you pause the video right here and copy that if you need any help whatsoever. If not, what we're now going to do is move on to the rear side of the arms. So for the rear side of the arms, we're going to start on the left side here first, the rear of the right arm. Just like before, 12 by 4, however the fourth block, or in this case the first block, is already complete, so we're going to be placing 3 blocks per layer. So the first 2 layers, just like normal, is white clay. First layer is already done, just fill in 3 blocks as I just did right there. The third layer is going to be 2 wool, 1 concrete. The fourth layer is going to be 2 concrete, 1 wool. The fifth layer is going to be 1 concrete, 1 wool, 1 concrete. So that is the first 5 layers. The sixth layer is 2 wool, 1 concrete. The seventh layer is 1 wool, 1 concrete, 1 wool. On top of this, we're going to place 3 concrete, We're then going to place 1 concrete, 1 wool, 1 concrete, and then we're going to repeat that. So again, 1 concrete, 1 wool, 1 concrete. The 11th layer we're going to place 1 wool, 1 concrete, 1 wool, and then the 12th and final layer we place 3 blocks of concrete. And once you've done that, that is the rear of the right arm complete. As you can see there, that is 12 by 4. And moving swiftly onto the right side, it's the exact same again, just mirrored. So the first 2 layers is going to be white clay. The third layer we place 1 concrete, 2 wool. On top of that we're going to place 1 wool, 2 concrete. We then place 1 concrete, 1 wool, 1 concrete. That's the first 5 layers. The 6th layer is 1 concrete, 2 wool. We're then going to place 1 wool, 1 concrete, 1 wool. On top of this, we're going to place 3 concrete. On top of that, we're going to place 1 concrete, 1 wool, 1 concrete. And again, 1 concrete, 1 wool, 1 concrete. The 11th layer, second to last layer, is going to be 1 wool, 1 concrete, 1 wool. And the 12th and final layer is going to be 3 blocks of concrete. And once you've done that, that is the rear side of each arm complete, and the rear side of the body as well. Now, the final thing we need to do before we wrap up with the body is the shoulders. So, if you come around to the front side, of course we have this area here. It is a 16 by 4 rectangle, however the area that is exposed is 14 by 2. So what we're going to do is we're going to come to this area in the middle where this light grey wool is. We're going to join it together on each side, like so. So just place 2 in the middle, and this whole area here we're just going to go ahead and fill in with light grey wool. Now what that does is that leaves us with a 3 by 2 rectangle on either side. On the left side, what we're going to do is on the first layer we're going to place 2 light grey wool and 1 concrete, and on the nearest layer we're going to place 1 wool, 1 concrete, 1 wool, and it will give you a pattern which looks like this. Now we're going to repeat this on the right side. So on the furthest away layer we place 1 concrete, 2 wool, and on the nearest layer we place 1 wool, 1 concrete, 1 wool. And it ends up looking something like this. Now it doesn't look too good, but the big thing about this is this middle area is going to be covered. It's only the side bits you're going to see. So once you've done that, that is the body in its entirety complete. What I'm going to do before we move on to the head is I'm going to do a little spin around session, and essentially the point of this is if you got lost anywhere around the video, anywhere throughout, this is your opportunity to catch up, make things right. And essentially what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to a specific part of the statue. For example, right now, the front side of the legs. I'm going to give the dimensions. It's 12 by 8. State whether there's any 3D effects. There is none. And then I'll give you guys a second to pause. Basically in that order. So moving up, we have the front side of the body, that is 12 by 8, and with the front side of each arm, 12 by 4. And again, if you want to pause, feel free to do so. I'm not going to say that every time because that will annoy you, and it will probably annoy me as well. So come around to the left side, we have the left side of the leg, that is 12 by 4. We have the underside of the left arm, which is 4 by 4, and then we have the left side of the left arm, or the side of the left arm should I say, which is 12 by 4. Come around to the right side, it's the exact same as the left. We got the right side of the leg, that's 12 by 4. We have the underside of the right hand, which is 4 by 4, and then with the right side of the arm, which is 12 by 4. Come around to the rear side, we have the rear side of the legs, that's 12 by 8. Moving on up, we have the rear side of the body, which is 12 by 8, and the rear side of each arm, which is 12 by 4. And again, take an opportunity to pause if you need to do so. The final side, which is the shoulders, is 16 by 4, and it looks like this from the front perspective. From the rear perspective, looks like that. So that is pretty much it. Relatively simple in terms of design, but I kind of like it. I especially like the jumper. Spent a lot of time on that, not gonna lie. Okay, so for the head, we're going to start off by coming to the front left corner, the shoulder right here, and we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, and on the 5th block, we're going to place a white clay and bring it 2 forwards. What we're then going to do is head over to the right side, and we're going to do the exact same, this time counting towards the left rather than the right. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and on the 5th block, which should be this light grey right here, we're going to place a white clay and bring it 2 forwards. Now, if you do it correctly, there should be a 6 block gap in between. For the first layer, we're going to place 6 white clay, and then for the second layer, the outer layer, we're going to place 2 white clay, 2 light grey terracotta, and 2 white clay. And if you do it correctly, you should have an 8 by 2 overhang on the front side that looks like this. Now what we're going to do is come around to the sides, and we're going to expand backwards 5 blocks on each side. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and same on the other side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and just like before we did on the front side, we're going to join them together 2 rows of 6, and that will give you an 8x2 overhang on the rear side as well. However, most importantly, this will give you an 8x8 square. This is going to be the template for the head. So we've got the front side, left side, right side, and rear side, and we're going to build up each side on their own, and then it will come all together and give us our final build. Of course, we're going to start off on the front side first, aka the face, so let's begin. Just like before, it is an 8x8 square for each side, and the first layer, which is 8 long, is 3 white clay, 2 light grey, 3 white clay. So this is what we've already built, but that is layer number 1. Layer number 2 is going to be simply 8 white clay. So again, layer number 2 is 8 white clay. For layer number 3, we're going to place 1 white clay, 1 quartz. This is where we're going to need our spruce planks. So we're going to grab 1 spruce plank. We then place 2 white clay, 1 spruce plank, 1 quartz, and 1 white clay. The next layer is going to be 8 white clay. So again, the fourth layer is going to be 8 white clay. Then what we're going to do is we're also going to grab ourselves our coal and our black wool, and I'll put them right next to the other colours as well, just so it makes it a bit easier. So for the fifth layer, we're going to place 1 black wool, 6 white clay, 1 black wool. For the next layer, which is the sixth layer, we're going to place 5 black concrete, 2 white clay, and 1 black concrete. For the seventh layer, the second to last layer, we're going to place 8 black wool. And for the eighth layer, the final layer, we're going to place 1 black concrete, 1 block of coal, 2 black wool, 1 black concrete, 1 block of coal, 1 black wool, and 1 block of concrete. And once you've done that, it looks something like this. It looks a tad peculiar. And the reason it does is because we still need to add some 3D effects. So what we're going to go ahead and do is grab ourselves our nether brick slabs and also our white stained glass. Now of course, RiceGum in his recent videos, and this is like a slight adaptation because when we originally designed this, he had like the blonde highlights. Now it's just pure black hair. So slight adaptation we had to make just before the video. Another thing is he started wearing glasses. So what we're going to do is in front of each eye, we're going to place 2 white stained glass. Now you can bring it down like that, so it's like the actual full on, because his glasses are like very round rather than like sleek ones like that. So you can do it like that. It kind of makes no sense though, because then it's covering like below his eyes. So that's why I've kept it like this, but of course you can play around and do whatever you want to do with it, whether you make it like that, whatever you want to do. But I'm going to keep it just as the 2 blocks on each side. What we're then going to do is on the upper half of the block to the left, in the middle, and to the right, we're going to place a nether brick slab. So it ends up looking like this. Now that looks quite peculiar until you go ahead and grab yourselves your dark oak slabs and the block above the eyes, this white clay here. So we come to the, I believe it's the fourth layer, come to the second and third block, and on the upper half place 2 dark oak slabs, and then on the fourth and fifth block do the exact, well not fourth and fifth, it would be the 6th and 7th block, that's the one. Place the exact same, and it will end up looking like this. And that, just the eyebrows, make it look a lot better. And again, with the glasses, you have room to play around with it, but it's a difficult one, because if you do make it look like that, it just looks a bit peculiar, in my opinion. You can if you want, but it just looks weird. So, yeah, that is the front side. What we're then going to do is add a fringe, because of course RiceGum's hair is really like crazy at the front. He's got the massive like fringe, which is all like spiked up and stuff, and of course we can't get it 100% accurate, but what we're going to go ahead and do is come to the top left corner. On the second block we're going to place a black concrete. We're then going to place 1 coal, 1 concrete, 1 black wool, 1 concrete, 1 black wool. That's layer number 1. So there's a 1 block gap, 6 blocks, and then 1 block gap. Underneath this, we're going to start on the left side. We place 2 coal, 1 concrete, 1 black wool, 1 concrete, 1 black wool, 1 coal, and 1 concrete. And for the final layer, we're going to leave 1 block, and then we're going to place 4 blocks of coal, and it ends up looking like that. So you can see, as I said before, we can't get 100% accurate, just because we're using blocks here, and you can't represent strands of hair with blocks, but that's as close as I could get it on my own. If you want to change it up a bit, then feel free to do so. Personally, I think that it works alright. So that is the front side. Again, if you want to pause, feel free to do so. And now what we're going to do is start working on the other sides. So, coming around to the left side, just like before, we're going to be building an 8x8 square, and we're going to be going from left to right. So we've got the first layer already, which is 8 white clay. Starting on the second layer, we're going to place 2 coal and 5 white clay. The next layer we're going to place is 1 coal, 1 black wool, 1 concrete, 1 coal, and 3 white clay. The next layer, which is the fourth layer, is going to be 1 black wool, 1 concrete, 1 coal, 2 concrete, and 2 white clay. The next layer is going to be 2 concrete, 1 black wool, 1 concrete, 1 coal, 1 black wool, 1 coal, and that is the fifth layer. The sixth layer is going to be 1 black wool, 1 coal, 1 concrete, 2 black wool, 1 coal, 1 black wool, and that's the sixth layer. The seventh layer is going to be 1 black concrete, 1 black wool, 2 blocks of coal, 2 black concrete, 1 block of coal, and the final layer is going to be 1 block of coal, 2 black concrete, 1 black wool, 1 block of coal, 2 black wool, and it ends up looking something like this. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to grab ourselves our nether brick slabs, and we're going to continue it round. So on the side here, so on the third layer, on the upper half of the block, we're going to place 1, 2, and then what we're going to do is on the third block, we're going to play it on the lower half, so it's like a bit of the glasses, you know, where it kind of wraps around the ear. So we got 2, and then it dips down half a block like so. And that is the left side of the head complete. So moving on to the right side, very, very similar. Again, we're going to do it layer by layer. So the first layer is already done, that's 8 white clay. The next layer is going to be 5 white clay, 2 blocks of coal. On top of this, we're going to do 3 white clay, 1 coal, 1 black concrete, 1 black wool, 1 coal, and that's the third layer. The fourth layer is going to be 2 white clay, 2 black concrete, 1 block of coal, 1 black concrete, and 1 black wool. On top of this, for the next layer, we're going to do 1 coal, 1 black wool, 1 coal, 1 black concrete, 1 black wool, 2 concrete. On top of this, for the sixth layer, we're going to do 1 black wool, 1 coal, 2 black wool, 1 concrete, 1 coal, 1 black wool. The seventh layer, second to last layer, is going to be 1 coal, 2 concrete, 2 coal, 1 black wool, and 1 concrete. And then the final layer, the eighth layer, is going to be 2 black wool, 1 coal, 1 black wool, 2 concrete, and 1 coal. Now, just like the other side, we're going to grab ourselves our nether brick slabs, and on the third layer on the upper half of the block, we're going to place 2 nether brick slabs, and then go down one, or down half a block, should I say, on the third one, like so. And that is the right side of the head. Going around to the second to last side, the rear side, it looks like this. Of course, we already have the left side and the right side done, which means we're only placing 6 blocks per layer. Starting off on the first layer, we're going to come to the fourth and fifth block in the middle. We're going to replace them with 2 black wool. The next layer, going from left to right, is going to be 1 black wool, 2 concrete, 1 coal, 1 concrete, 1 black wool. The third layer is going to be 1 coal, 1 black wool, 1 coal, 1 concrete, 1 black wool, 1 coal. The next layer is going to be 1 concrete, 1 coal, 2 black wool, 1 coal, and 1 concrete. The next layer is going to be 1 concrete, 1 black wool, 1 concrete, 1 coal, 1 black wool, 1 concrete. The next layer is going to be 1 black wool, 1 coal, 1 concrete, 1 black wool, 1 coal, 1 black wool. The second to last layer, the seventh layer, is going to be 1 black wool, 2 coal, 1 concrete, 1 coal, 1 black wool, and the final layer is going to be 2 concrete, 1 black wool, 1 coal, and 2 concrete, and that is the rear side of the head. This side doesn't have any 3D effects, so that is it all done, and that leaves us with final side, which is of course the top side. So we're going to come around to the front angle. Should currently look something like this, and what we're going to go ahead and do is work our way from the back forwards. So we've already got the first layer here, which is coal, 2 concrete, 1 coal, black wool, 2 concrete, 1 coal. The next layer is going to be 1 concrete. Next to that, we're going to place 1 coal, 1 black wool, 2 concrete, 2 black wool. The next layer is going to be 1 black wool, 1 concrete, 1 black wool, 2 coal, and 1 concrete. The next layer is going to be 1 concrete, 1 coal, 3 concrete, 1 coal. The next layer is going to be 1 coal, 2 black wool, 1 coal, 1 concrete, 1 black wool. The next layer is going to be 1 black wool, 2 concrete, 1 black wool, 1 coal, 1 black wool. And then the final layer is going to be 1 concrete, 2 coal, 2 concrete, and 1 coal. And that is what it looks like from the finished perspective. So what I'm going to do now, just before I wrap up the video, is do one last spin around of the head, just in case you got lost at any point. And once we've done that, that is pretty much it. That is the tutorial complete. Again, one thing to bear in mind is the head is an 8x8x8 cube. It does have 3D effects on the front and left and right side in terms of the glasses, eyebrows, and the hair at the top. But apart from that, it's very, very simple. Just pause the video whenever you need to. And yeah, apart from that, that is the video complete. So if you did enjoy, definitely consider leaving a like on the video, subscribe down below if you have not already, and stick around for the new content coming up, which is again featuring a lot of YouTubers, and also some more trending stuff like Bendy and the Ink Machine, Overwatch, that kind of content, so stay tuned for that. Really do hope you enjoyed this. Again, a rating would be very much appreciated. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like. If you didn't so much, then feel free to leave a dislike. Also, comments, anything, suggestions, love to hear them down below. I love replying to them and reading them, so yeah, stay with that. And also, again, final plug, if you want to drop me a follow on Twitter at GummyBearGames, that would also be really, really cool. But yeah, apologies again for the lack of videos. I'm going to start getting into a schedule. I know I said that like a million times, but I'm generally actually like mass recording videos now. So yeah, hopefully I'll see you in the very near future. Apart from that, thank you very much for watching. Until next time, my name has been Tom Gummy, and goodbye. Eyes in the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light